Hi everyone, it's Michelle from She Wears the Senses, and I'm going to demonstrate a full face makeup application today. I'm starting with my Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer. This morning when I took a shower, I used our polishing exfoliator in the shower, and when I got out, I applied my Climate Control, which is a wonderful moisturizer. It's a serum, so it soaks deeply into your skin and works with many anti-aging properties as well as collagen building properties. Very light, no grease at all. It's wonderful to help prevent oily skin from getting oilier. I then topped that with our SeneGence C, which is a vitamin C serum. It has little pearl beads in it that you break as you rub your fingers together and then apply it to your skin. That not only helps seal the climate control in, but it is also a great anti-aging quality as well, because it helps prevent the damage that all of the environmental factors we're exposed to on a daily basis can cause. Then I also applied our lip volumizer. I'm on day, I think, 3 of this. And what I love about it most is its moisturizing qualities. That was really surprising to me. I expected tingles and plumping and all kinds of things, but in reality, this is really a wonderful moisturizer and is helping just fill in those little creaks and cracks that form in our lips just over the course of our normal daily lives. So as I mentioned, I'm starting with our Silk Pore Minimizer on a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Put 2 pumps of it and simply blend it in to my skin all over. This is a great primer. It helps prepare your skin for foundation application and helps improve the wear of your makeup. It also feels and smells great when it's going on. I have watched quite a few videos, and they do recommend that you use a brush for not only your primer but your foundation. And I have also learned that you can use the same brush for the two. As you do that, the brush simply builds the product and works really well as you're applying the two together. Next, I'm using our anti-aging foundation in the color Cream Beige. I've been using this for about 2 weeks. At first it felt a little bit too oily for me. I have relatively oily skin, but as my skin is adjusted to it, I'm finding out that it works very well. Similar to the Silk Pore Minimizer, I simply put a couple of pumps of the foundation directly on my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I dab it in each of the different quadrants of my face and then blend in just like you would any normal foundations. Because it's a weekend day, I'm not going to do as much makeup as I would normally wear to the office during the week. So I'm not going to be applying the concealer like I normally would under my eyelids, under my eyes. I'm just going to blend in foundation and do some light shadow and blush as well. So you can see it blends in very easily. This is a mild or medium coverage foundation. You can layer it for a more full coverage look. As I mentioned, during the week when I'm going to the office, I tend to wear more makeup. And in that case, I would probably put a little bit more on. But right now, this is working just fine. And it's all blended in perfectly. Next, I move on to my eye color. I also use Real Techniques brushes for this. I have a essential crease brush, which is what I'll use for the crease, and then I'm also using the base shadow brush to apply my lid color. I'm going to use Sandstone Pearl. It's a very neutral base color. Simply dot it on my eyes, on the lids, and use my base brush to blend it in. This is great alone if you're looking for just a really simple look, but also works to help build a base to put your more colorful colors on and help them stand out. All right. Got the base built there. Now I'm going to use, I think Moca Java today. Moca Java is kind of a taupe color, and I'm going to use the Essential Crease Brush from Real Techniques again, and similarly, just put a very small dot, you can see it's quite small, and rub this in. What I really enjoy about the cream to powder eyeshadow as well as the blush is how easy it is to work with. There's been a couple of mornings I've put way too much on. It's not a big deal. I've been able not only to wipe it off, but blend it and move it around in a way that I was able to recover without too big of a deal and making a mess. So again, I'll put a dot right here and simply blend it in. I'm seeing the lighting is not so great in here. I'll have to work on that. All right, I've got the Moca Java in my crease. Now I'm going to take Sandstone Pearl Shimmer along with the Moca Java Shimmer. I'm going to put Moca Java Shimmer down first, just a tiny bit in the corners to give a little bit of dimension. And because the cream to powder isn't quite dry yet, they blend really nicely. If you want more dramatic lines between your colors, you can let them dry between application. You'll get a very clear difference. But if you'd like them more blended for more of an ombre effect, you can work with it and apply them and mix before they dry, and then you'll have a really nice blend. And I'm going to take my base brush again, and this is the Sandstone Shimmer, Sandstone Pearl Shimmer. It gives a nice subtle shimmer to the color. Put it a little bit up here as a highlight. All right. Now I'm going to work on my eyebrows. I've just started to give the BlushSense a try. I've been a long time user of the Anastasia brow pencils, and I think they're wonderful. What I've found the last couple of days as I've been working with this is I start with the BlushSense because it is waterproof, it has wonderful coverage, but I don't get quite the intensity that I need, because you can see I have practically clear eyebrows. So I start with this and then I finish with my Anastasia to get the real intensity that I'm looking for. But this is very simple. It's a very thin brush, and you just follow your normal brow line. As you can see, it's very light going on. Almost impossible to mess up. So if you're not someone who typically does their brows, this is a great product to start with. There is a brush, like a mascara one, that you can use to blend it out. And I'm using the taupe color right now, which is the middle color. There is a light, a dark, and an auburn. The taupe is the one that seems to work best on me. Go on the other side. As you can see, it is very subtle. Just blend it out. Now, I haven't had the patience to fully fill in with such a light color. So this is why I start with the BlushSense. It builds a foundation that I can work with. Then I switch to the Anastasia and really fill them in because I have such light brows. Without them, I look like I'm bald. So here we go. I'm using the Anastasia in a medium brown. These are sold just about everywhere. I think I get mine at Sephora. You can also get them at Ulta. And then, like the BlushSense, you just kind of blend it in a little bit so it's not too streaky. And there you go. All right, now I'm going to work on some blush. I really like to start with a contour. And what's great is the ShadowSense can work as your contour. So today, because again I'm going for a very just light and natural look for the weekend, I'm going to use Mulberry. Simply put one dot right there. I make a kiss so I can see where my contour line is. I use the sculpting brush by Real Techniques and simply blend to create a nice contour line. And you'll see when I get to applying my blush what a nice effect this has to help create contour on your face. Same thing here. Pucker up to find the little spot. go back and forth. Now again, if I were going out or had a meeting and wanted to be a little bit more finished, I would also put a contour line here and here to help create more definition, and then along the sides of my nose, and also use that to create some definition. But today is just Saturday, so I'm going for a more natural look and I won't go through that. I have several different blush colors. Today I'm going to use Pouty Pink mixed with the Toasted Rose. And again, this is just as easy as the contour color. So you put one little dot like that. That's the Pouty Pink. And then you do the same thing with the Toasted Rose. The two just mix well together. The Toasted Rose has a little bit more color, and blend in. This is similar to the ShadowSense in that it's a cream to powder, so it blends in really nicely. There you go. And you can see the color. The lighting in here is terrible. It doesn't look anything like this in person. Oh, it's starting to drip out too much on the Pouty Pink. And then here is the Toasted Rose. Blend these together. I typically clean my brushes once a week. If I have time later today, I'll record a video of cleaning them, or maybe tomorrow, and I'll post that as well. I use the Real Techniques cleaning palette, which I got here in my drawer. It's this wonderful thing. You put your cleanser in here and then you wash it around and rinse it out, and then it actually allows you to dry your brushes as well. It's one of the best things ever. Who would have known that you needed something like that, but it works great. So I just take my contour brush again and work that blush in. Perfect. All right, put those two colors away. Now I'm going to use the Garnet color as my liner. I'm also again going to use a Real Techniques brush. This is the Definer brush. You can see it's angled. And Garnet is a dark brown color ShadowSense, which works very well as a liner. Simply take your brush and run it along the applicator and dot it along your lines to create a wonderful eyeliner that will last all day. As I've mentioned on my She Wears the Senses Facebook group, I have worn MAC makeup for at least 20 years. As long as I've had my own money to buy makeup, it's what I've been buying. And I've really struggled with a long-wearing eyeshadow solution. They came out with paint pots, which I used for a long time as my base to hold my eyeshadow in place, and it did help improve the wear, but it would crease throughout the day, and then ultimately by the end of the day my makeup had all just kind of melded together. I am absolutely blown away by how nicely the ShadowSense products hold. It's similar to LipSense in that they do not crease. They are smudge proof, budge proof, waterproof. There's some really funny videos of people that work in water, so scuba divers, people that work in zoos and those sorts of things, that post their videos before and after they've gone swimming with snorkel masks, and even without any mask on, and how that their iSense products and LashSense products stay in place. So there you go, just a very light line. Then I'm also going to take their Real Techniques square detailer brush. It's a very tiny tip, and just put a little bit of color on my bottom lash line. Because I am so fair-skinned and have such light hair, my eyes really disappear without definition, so I use the Garnet on the top and bottom, just to give a little bit of definition. Okay, now I'm going to apply the mascara. So SeneGence has a two-step mascara process, which at first I thought was a little bit ridiculous. Like, why do we need two mascaras? But having used this, I understand now. The first product is called Undersense, and this is what helps build and moisturize your lashes. It has a lot of vitamins in it, helps keep your lashes healthy. You apply a couple of coats of this, and while it's still wet, you then apply your color. If you are looking for less intense lash look, you can just use the color by itself. But I'm finding that the combination of the two is wonderful, and you could even go without eye color, just use the mascara if you were looking for a quick, easy way to get out the door. So here is the undersense. It's kind of a silvery gray, which doesn't matter because you don't see it once you put the color over it. So you just apply it like you would normal mascara. And while it's still wet, you switch over to your color because the two bind together and work together. I did order some brown mascara last night just to give it a try. I typically wear a really dark brown, and I ordered black to start with, which is the color I'm putting on now, but I'll be interested to see how I like the brown when it gets here later this week. I'm just applying this like normal mascara. I do usually go back and forth a little bit. Oh, and I got some above. There you go. And pull it through. I don't typically put mascara on my lower lashes, and again, unless I'm going out in the evening or have an important work event. Switch to the other eye. Just apply it like this. And then finish with the black LashSense. You can see I've not done my hair yet. I'll be doing that when I'm done. I typically blow dry my hair, use this straight iron to pull out some of the curly waves that I have, do my makeup, and then finish by doing my hair. I tend to use a lot of hair products, so it's nice to finish that way. I usually cover my face and spray, hairspray, and put my Redken waxes in and those sorts of things. So that's it on the mascara. Now I'm going to go do our famous LipSense. I think today, again, because it's a weekend, I'm gonna look for something a little bit lighter. Maybe Praline Rose. Want to shake, shake, shake. It's really important that you shake your LipSense, and I find the colors that have frost or shimmer in them need to be shaken even more. It helps distribute all of the color and the products that are the different ingredients that help make the LipSense work. Okay, so super easy. You just open it, take the excess off, and then you're going to apply side to side. One coat. I always do the inside waterline. Go up. I always do my inside waterline too. My daughter makes fun of me when I do that. She says, "Mom, you're huffing." I'm drying my lips. All right, bottom. Inside waterline. A little more. Top. All right, again, waterline. And huff. And then your final coat. It's really important when you're applying your LipSense lip color that you don't go back and forth. It's very similar to a dry erase marker on a dry erase board. If you do that, when you go back, you'll take the color off. So you go side to side, and then I usually go side to Cupid's bow to side. Let that layer dry, and then go again. If you're using colors that have shimmer, for some reason they take a little bit longer to dry, so that's where you just want to blow on them and make sure the color's dry before you go in with the next coat. And then for fun, because I have it up here, I usually keep my glosses in my purse because then I can apply them all day. I'm going to put the gold glitter gloss on. I cannot overstate how much fun these are. One of my friend's daughters was over last night and she was having a hard time choosing between gold glitter, pink glitter, silver glitter. You can't go wrong with any of them. You'll notice that the color separates a little bit. It's no big deal. You just move it back and forth and it redistributes it. The glitter tends to separate from the gloss, but then you just apply. Mix it together. And you're done. That is the Praline Rose with gold glitter. Maybe a little bit closer up front. There you go. All right, ladies, I'm gonna go do my hair and get on with my day. Thanks so much for joining me. I look forward to doing more makeup with you sometime soon. Be sure to follow She Wears the Senses on Instagram and our Facebook group.